Ever since the kidnapping of the Lindbergh baby in the 1930s, all the way through the O.J. Simpson murder trial, Americans have been captivated by high drama in the courts. And in 2011, much of it centered around just three people: the doctor to a superstar, a young Florida mother and her 2-year-old daughter, and an American exchange student from Seattle, facing life in an Italian prison. Italian tabloids dubbed her Foxy Knoxy. Amanda Knox was convicted of the brutal murder of her British roommate, Meredith Kercher, and facing 26 years and possibly life in an 18 by 13-foot prison cell.
Claims of, rough sex gone wrong and witches and Masonic rites. That pretty much has everything you need for a good trial.
She was vilified by the Italian media, called a she-devil, sex-crazed, and drug-addled. Her defense attorneys retaliated, claiming she'd been the victim of a biased jury, shoddy forensics, and a prosecutor who had been obsessed with theories about satanic rituals. There were books, websites, a TV movie. Everyone had an opinion. What didn't exist was credible evidence against her.
None of her DNA was found in that room, and yet the DNA of a third man, Rudy Gaudet, was found all over the place.
It became clear that people saw her as having been wronged and that she was a victim.
Finally, after nearly 4 years in prison, a game changer. The judge allowed an independent review of the evidence as part of an appeal. Amanda Knox was back in court.
It was madness. You had Italian media, American media, and British media, all of them in the Umbrian Hills.
And all of them waiting and wondering about that one climactic moment. When and if Amanda Knox would make the speech of her life, pleading for her life. She did, and the Italian she'd perfected in prison. 11 hours later,
both defendants have been acquitted.
She was free. Rudy Gaudet is currently serving a 16-year sentence for the murder. The next day, a happy but overwhelmed Amanda Knox came home.
My family's the most important thing to me right now, and I just want to go and be with them, so.
She has, in Seattle, while weighing countless offers for books and interviews, thinking about finishing her degree, even finding new love.
She is very manipulative.
A sociopath.
Such a murder mystery.
Some 3 months earlier, in the opposite corner of the country, another murder trial gripped America.
On the sofa eating chips, tot mom, tot mom, tot mom, tot mom, tot mom.
Casey Anthony, the 25-year-old Florida mother on trial for the murder of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. Not since the O.J. Simpson murder trial in 1995 did tabloids and cable TV have such a field day. Why were so many Americans absolutely obsessed with the Casey Anthony case?
Because you have this girl next door seeming like she didn't care that her daughter was missing.
In fact, Casey Anthony waited a jaw-dropping 31 days to even report her child missing.
The 30 days where little Kelly was missing, i.e. dead, she entered a hot body contest, danced night after night, got completely drunk, shacked up with a couple of boyfriends, and she went out and got a tattoo that said "The Good Life" in Italian on her shoulder.
It wasn't until her mother smelled a foul odor in Casey's car that she made a panic call to 911.
There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car. And I found out my granddaughter has been taken. She has been missing for a month. Her mother finally admitted that she's been missing.
She handed the phone to her daughter.
And you last saw her a month ago? 31 days. It's been 31 days. Why are you calling now? Why didn't you call 31 days ago? I've been looking for her and have gone through other resources to try to find her.
It was the heart and soul question that hung over a trial full of bombshell accusations.
All the false allegations that were used in the defense that Casey Anthony's father had molested her, which made her lie for a month about her daughter being missing, it was all cockamamie.
While a stone-faced Casey Anthony watched, her parents seemed to fall apart.
But I just said, please, God, don't let this be Casey or Kaylee.
You were sucked into this domestic vortex that was going on with the Anthony family.
Perhaps the most shocking part of the trial
Let's return to jury.
was when the jury came back after just 10 hours of deliberation. The verdict?
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty!
The devil is dancing tonight.
The reaction was something that I have never seen.
Justice for Kelly!
They were so angry, they didn't know what to do with their anger.
I think the jurors couldn't identify exactly how this happened beyond a reasonable doubt.
But can the woman who won her freedom ever really be free? No one can even tell us where she is, not even her lawyer.
She's going to have a difficult life as a pariah, a sideshow. She's one of the most reviled people in America.
While Casey Anthony goes free, Dr. Conrad Murray will be spending the foreseeable future in an LA County jail. Superstar Michael Jackson linked forever in death with the guilty doctor and his now famous drug.
Conrad Murray. Conrad Murray, or the reason we know what propofol is.
This is the sort of drug that is generally only used in hospitals. So when someone's ordering gallons and gallons of it for one person to be administered in a home, that's beyond unusual.
The trial painted a pathetic portrait of Michael Jackson's final days, the reality behind the perfectionistic performer.
All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
His drug use, his voice on drugs, sounding like it already was from the grave.
These are the songs I've written because it hurt.
And the man he hired to take away that hurt for $150,000 a month.
Conrad Murray knew that he was a dope addict, a junkie, and he kept feeding it to Jackson. And he'll probably do about 1 year behind bars for killing a music icon.
Guilty or innocent, who says crime doesn't pay?
Headline News saw its highest ratings ever, covering the Casey Anthony trial.
This real-life soap opera, impossible to turn away from.
And so they covered the Conrad Murray trial, wall to wall. Does the public care? Is that what's motivating the coverage? Or is the coverage feeding the public interest?
For the answer to those questions, we'll see you in court.